What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is Dante the Original, and I'm back with the original, baby. As you can see by the title down below, today we're gonna get into something a little bit more on the serious side, and you know. So I just want to start off by saying, if you have a dream, if you have something that you really want to do, whatever the case may be, if you want to be a truck driver, you want to be a dancer, you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to open up your own business, you want to post up on the corner and make a little bit of change because you did something strange.
Ass on my camera.
I mean, by all means, keep your mind on it and do what you need to do to get to it. Okay, so with that being said, let's get straight into this thing. As y'all seen by the title, we are going to be talking about getting your CDL. Wait, what is the sign language? A, B, C, D. So A, C, D, L, something of that. But anyway, I'm kind of excited. That's why I'm smiling or whatever, because I really don't know where to start. Say hi, little bear. Let's see. I really don't know where to start because this has been a long process and it's still not over. Like I was saying in the beginning, whatever you want to do not give up. I mean, if it's if it's a passion of yours, it's just something that you insist on doing, do not give up, no matter what. No matter what. Stop biting me. And I said that to say this. This is my third time around trying to get my CDL license, and I refuse to let anything stop me this time. Florida say the same. Why are you doing that? Anyway, so the first go round, I'm gonna just give my little backstory, then we'll get into all the other details. But my first go round, I signed up for this local CDL school that we have in my town, and I showed up. I was ready. I went to class for like maybe 2 days. And make sure you do your research before you just jump into something, because it was kind of my fault. But nevertheless, I showed up to the class first day, second day, and then I think it was like the third day. It was time for payments, and to make a payment, well, you had to make a payment in order to continue the 4-week course class. And at that time, they wanted their money in hand, up front, out of my ass, because I ain't know where it was coming from. So I had to do my little walk of shame out the front door because I didn't have the money. And I believe it was like, I believe they were asking like $3,000 up front just to put it in the class. Altogether is like $5,600 something dollars, just $6,000 altogether, you can say. And they asked for that after our lunch break, and well, I wasn't the only one who didn't have it, so but anyway, they asked for that, and like I said, I didn't have it, a few others didn't have it, so we had to leave the class. They told us we couldn't no longer stay in the class, so that, okay, you gotta go. You gotta go. So that was the end of that. I didn't continue the class. I didn't go back. I didn't have the money. I was working. I had the money, but I didn't have the money to just give up right then and there to that class. I mean, I was working. I had a car, a house. I had bills. It wasn't working in my favor. And like I said, I didn't do enough research before I just went and attended the class. I was just adamant about doing it, and the kind of person I am, if I'm going to do something, if my mind is set on something, I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to do it. So that's what I did, and it didn't work. But anyway, that was the first time. And I didn't go back. It was like
2,000 years later.
It was, yeah. I didn't go back to like 4 years after. And the second, well, I ain't gonna say I ain't went back because I never made it to the class. So the second go round, we're gonna fast forward to like 6 months ago, was supposed to be my second go round. The first go round was like in 2016 or something like that, 15, 16. The second time was 6 months ago in 2021. And the second go round, I did my research. I was supposed to be attending the same school, and I went through my community action service, our workforce commission. They actually pay for your schooling. It depends on certain things. If you were fired, if you were laid off, do you have income, do you get unemployment, do you live with someone, is somebody taking care of you? I mean, it's a list of things. You just go in there, ask them for a form to fill out for a grant, and you don't have to really talk to nobody. You don't have to sit and wait. You don't have to do any of that. You just walk in, go to your local community action center, your workforce commission center, just ask them for a form to fill out for a grant to go to school, and they'll just hand it to you right then and there. You can leave, fill it out, bring it back. I filled mine out in a car and brought it right back because at that time, that was my first round filling out the form. So yeah, I left. I'm lying. I took it and I left the first time, and I filled it out. They tell you what all information you need. I had to bring my birth certificate, my driver's license, my social security card, my high school diploma, if you have one, or whatever kind of diploma you have. You have to bring all that, fill out the paperwork. I mean, it's not hard at all. I mean, to say that they're gonna pay $6,000 or however much the school may be, some states is like only $3,000, so I'm sure they'll just pay that in full. But whatever case may be, it's not a lot of paperwork and documents you have to get to say that they'll be paying for your school. Get away from this, you little badass. Anyway, I done lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Yeah, so I took the paper home, I filled it out, I got all my documents, I brought it back, and that was that. Then the lady called me, she set me up an appointment date, and I had to go take a few, 1 or 2 computer tests, fill out some general information, basic information at the Workforce Commission office. It doesn't take long at all. She called me back in a week, and I went in, took the little test. It's real simple. It's nothing hard. It's not like math and science, and it's nothing like that. It's just general information, why do you want to go back to school, and you have to match. I'm trying to give a good example, so if anybody is interested, you'll know what to expect. It was a while ago, so I'm trying to think. It was just 4 boxes, they have the columns, 4 boxes. You have to put which one you would do first, which one you would do second, like what's most important and what's not what's most important and what's least important. It's kind of simple stuff like that, just to see how you think and what's your mindset in a job, and as an employee. So that's that, and I did that. I passed all three for the little test. It wasn't nothing hard at all. Then I sat down with the lady at her desk. She went over all my information, my address, my socials, date of birth, all that simple stuff like that. She made copies of my socials, birth certificate, driver's license, and whatever else I said that I might have missed. And that was pretty simple. And then it came to the point after all that was done, they sent me home. I had to wait for another phone call. So this is about the third phone call, second or third phone call. And this phone call was to let me know that if I was approved for the grant to go to the schooling. So I got the call, I was approved, everything was set. So once I was approved, or once you get approved, you call the school that you're interested in going to, which mine was Coastal. So I called them, I asked when was their next available class. It was until like 2 or 3 months away. And I just had to wait it out until I was able to get in the class, because that's all they had available at the time. So all of that was set and done. And from that point on, I just threw up in my mouth. So from that point on, my brain is fried.
Na 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 na.
Oh, what is going on? When in doubt, pull out the snacks. Because I don't know what's going on. My brain is just like, boop, la la land. Y'all like the peanuts with the peanuts? Y'all like the M&Ms with the peanuts in it, or the M&Ms with just the chocolate? The brown bag or the yellow bag? Yellow bag, me please. Because I gotta keep this physique. I gotta keep this physique petite. But anyway, I got approved. I made the phone call for the to get in the next class. And that pretty much was it. All I was waiting for was that day to come, which was October 11th. And I found out that I was approved and that I can actually go forward with it. And like August, September, October, well, August, September, no. I don't know, it was something like that, but all I know, the class was a few months away. So I'm just waiting and waiting. Everything's said and done. All I have to do from that point was show up to the class. So September came around, and if you watched my last story time, this is where that comes into play. I got in that tragic car accident, and from there, my world turned upside down. So I was done for at that point. It wasn't no more school. The money that I was granted. It was no longer for me, which is another thing. If you get the money and you have an incident, whatever the case may be, if you cannot make it to the class in that specific time that you were supposed to, give those people a call at the Community Action Workforce Center and at the school that you were trying to go to. It's just good for you. It's good on you, and good thing I did. I'll get into that when I get to that story, but it's a good thing that I did, because it's just good for you. It's not like you just didn't show up. You might want to go back. You might need something else from those people. You might need another grant. So you need to call them and let them know what's going on. So that was that. I got in an accident. I was unable to make it to the class October 11th. Now it is February. This is my third time trying to get my CDL license. So it's been 6 months after. I actually just went today. This is like my third time going up there today. To do the process all over again. Oh, that's what I wanted to say before I say this. If you do not make it to that class, you have for a 45-day grace period. So after 45 days, the money that they granted you it's done. It's not yours no more. It go back to wherever it go back to. Just know you ain't getting into school for free if you try to show up 45 days after you were supposed to. So it's like a month and what? I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Who cares? But yeah, so you have those 45 days. If not, call them. It's good for you, because in my situation, like I was saying, I called them and I let them know I was in an accident and I wasn't able to make it to the class. I couldn't. I was down and out. So she told me whenever I heal myself, get better, come back and do the process all over again, which is what I did. So I went in this third time around. It was pretty smooth because I already did this 2 times around, and I knew what to expect. I knew what was coming. I walked in, got the application. I filled it out in the car, brought it right back. She asked me for my documents, license, social, birth certificate, diploma. I had my license and my social. My birth certificate is packed up in storage somewhere because I had to move out of my house. I lost everything. So that birth certificate, I have no idea where's it in storage. My high school diploma was actually in my car from the second time I had to bring that document to them. It was in my car in the accident, so that's probably smashed up in a junkyard somewhere, or shredded into shreds, or on the side of the damn highway somewhere. Anyway, so I gave him my license and this is a lot. I'm so confused. My license and my social, and I asked her my birth certificate and my diploma should still be in their records, and I asked her, could you please check and see if you can pull it up and see if you guys still have it, because it was just like a few months ago. And luckily she did have all my information. She just made another copy of my license and social just because I had it up front, and that part went smooth. I filled out the paperwork, I handed it in. Just like that, I went straight to the back. I assumed, well, they said they remembered me. So I don't know if it was because they remembered me, or maybe they felt some sympathy for what happened, which I don't need that, but I appreciate it. But whatever the case may be, I turned it in. I went straight to the back. I didn't have to take any of those tests. It was still active. I just handed her my information. She went down went over the general information, address and all that. And of course mine's changed because I lost everything, so I had to update all that information, phone numbers and everything. And excuse me. And once that part was done, it was all a waiting game again. Now at this point, after all that was done, I went home and she called me right back before I even left the parking lot. And she asked if I had a termination letter or a pink slip or whatever you get when you get fired, discharged, terminated, however you want to put it. I got fired. Well, Jim put. I ain't gonna say all that. I got fired from Walmart because people are really haters. You can't trust nobody. People don't like to see you shine. People don't like to see you do good. People don't want to see you grow. And that was that. So I got fired. And I had to get my termination letter from my old job, Walmart. I retrieved it. Like I said, I just turned it back in today. And after you have all your information, and this only applies if you were fired. If you have a job currently working, you don't have to worry about this. But I was terminated, so I had to send in that information. So I did that.
Where the hood niggas at? Where's the hood niggas at? I'm looking for the hood niggas. Come on, come with me.
And after all that was done, she takes, or he, whoever your person is, they'll take your information and they'll send it to your coach. You have a personal coach that will give you all the information that you need. They're gonna tell you how much money that you are approved for. They're gonna tell you when you can start the class. And keep in mind, you will have to do a drug screening and a full physical before you can get into that class. So remember that, keep that in mind. Because I know some of y'all like to do stuff, recreational things. But yeah, that's that. And at this point, I'm waiting again. Like I said, this is my third time around, so I know what's pretty much going on. I turned in all my information. I'm just waiting on this lady to call me. Hopefully, she'll call me by Wednesday. Today is, what is today? Today is Friday. The lady said my coach won't be back in until Tuesday or Wednesday. So I'll give it till Wednesday. Hopefully, she calls me Wednesday, and we can hit it straight on from there. By that point, everything is done. You just have to show up to the class basically whenever whenever the next available class is. My lips is dry, and I don't like how my hair, it's fading. Like, look at that. So, yeah. So, like I said, at this point, I'm just waiting to get the phone call to say everything has been set and done. I just have to show up for the class. Now, with that being said, that was the first step of getting a CDL license. Now, if you don't need funding, if you don't need anything like that, you can just show up to the class, pay whatever the minimum they're asking for, and then you'll finish paying it off by the time the end of the class is over, ready for graduation. This is just for the people who need help, who need funding, who need something to help them do what they need to do. And it's just not just for CDL. They help pay for schooling, for whatever you want to go for. But CDL truck driving is in demand right now. It's posted everywhere, and it's what I always wanted to do. Like I said, it's my third time around, and I'm not giving up no matter what. I'm sure there's plenty people thought this is it for him. Surprise, motherfucker, I'm back.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Okay. Now, I don't know, it's my train of thought again. I don't know.
346 minutes later.
It'll come back to me. I'm gonna just move on to the next thing. So, yeah. Oh, I just want you guys to know, there is a way for you to get funding for schooling. The first time around I did it, I didn't know that there was a program that actually paid for you to go to school. Some of them pay for the whole course. Some of them pay for only half the course. You have to pay for the rest out of pocket. It just depends on your situation. That's why I was saying my situation, I had to turn in that termination letter. It may help me out, pay for the whole thing. It may not. I may have to come out of pocket, whatever the case may be. I'm going for it because this is really what I want to do. So that was the point I wanted to make. Go for it. Do some research. You'll never know what there is out there to help you. Now, with all that being said, I see there's a thing going around. I'm sure you guys seen it too if you're interested in your CDL license. After February 7th, everybody's saying it's going to be so much harder to get your CDL license. Everything is going to be so much turmoil, so much confusion. It's just not going to be it for truckers. Well, coming up, beginner truckers. And I just want to say, that's a crock of shit. And just like that, it was real simple. All I did was type in February 7th trucking. And the first thing came up was why February 7th is a tragic day for trucking. Okay, so the main thing is nothing is really changing. Don't let it stress you out. Don't let it discourage you. The only thing there is they're implementing a ELDT to the CDL class, the CDL course. That's all. I guess I can read a little bit about it. It says, let me see if I can find something. ELDT stands for Entry Level Driving Training Regulations. What is the entry level driving training mandate? Okay, so let's see. Maybe I can read a little bit of this for y'all. ELDT is a regulation that seeks to require anyone seeking a new Class A or Class B commercial driver's license, CDL, or any hazmat material, passengers, or school bus endorsements to first obtain formal training. The ELDT regulation requires that all schools, employers, or unions must meet a minimum criteria, classroom range, and road subject for Class A and B CDLs and the above mentioned endorsements. Eyes dry, excuse me. All the training providers must also certify that their students' trainees are proficient prior to sitting for the CDL skill exam and must also certify that the company with state laws and regulations. CVTA strongly supports this final rule because it requires formal training from an approved training provider, set forth a comprehensive classroom and behind the wheel curriculum, requires requires individuals to demonstrate proficiency before sitting for the CDL exam, and most importantly, enhances highway safety. So like I said, and I was watching, I don't want to get his name wrong, he's on YouTube, he's a new trucker. I believe it's Bobby. He has good information as well on his channel. Yes, Bobby Reach, it's him. Yeah, Bobby Reach. So anyway, basically nothing is like, it's not a drastic change. It's nothing that important that should dissuade you or discourage you from doing what you feel you need to do. It's regular class. They're just going to implement the ELDT into the regular course. It's just a teaching lesson. That's all it is. It's nothing dramatic. So, with that being said, don't let anything hold you back from doing it. I mean, there's funding out there, schools. If you don't want to go to like a local schooling, you can actually go to a community college, however you want to do it. Or if you don't want to take that route at all, oh, that's what it was. So, well, I didn't see it on here, but okay, I don't see it, but I remember this piece of information from my own. The only thing that this ELDT is, the big thing about it is, if you want to just go to the DMV, take your CDL test, and without going to school, you won't be able to after February 7th, which we are far past that. So you are going to be required to take a course, a CDL training class. That's the only difference. You can't just go to your local DMV office and take the CDL test and pass it, and whatever the case may be. You have to go to a school. That's the only difference. You have to be in someone's classroom. So that part is cut out. Classroom or no CDL, period. And that's what else I was going to say. If you don't want to go to school, which I don't see how you're going to get around it, maybe there is a way around it, I don't know. You can, if you know someone in your family who drives, you have a friend who drives, whoever it may be, they can teach you, they can show you the ropes, they can show you how to drive, let you drive, whatever the case may be. And you wouldn't have to go to the school, and you can just take your test at the DMV. But I'm not quite sure how all that's gonna work. This is new information to me. I literally just read over all of this last night, so it's kind of foggy. I'm trying to remember. But yeah, if you had that option, well then that's great. Now, will you be able to go get your CDL at the DMV just like that? I don't believe so. I still believe you're going to have to take one of those courses in order to get your CDL license. I'm gonna check into that, and I'll have some more information. But nevertheless, that was that. And what else we have to talk about today? I just want to get that out of the way. I mean, trucking is in demand right now. And like I say, if this is what you really want to do, go for it. Don't let nothing stop you. It is what it is. And it is what it ain't. Because I'll tell you one thing, I get that CDL license, I'm gonna step out my truck with this physique. Oh my goodness. I cracked myself up. Who is that? Step out that truck with this physique. Thick and petite.
Yo, shout out to Season, man. Tell me about the Season, man. Yo, that's how the book This nigga
I'm dead. So, yeah. I don't know. I just have a strong passion for it, and this is what I really want to do. Like I said, man, I'm going for it. Yeah. Make sure y'all go like, comment, subscribe, and share, and leave your comments down below. Let your boy know But that's it, guys. That's going to be the end of this video. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And send a prescription to whoever you want to send it to. Like I said, send it to your grandmothers with their long head asses or their bald head asses. Send it to your cousin, your uncle, or your auntie. Anybody that need a dose of originality, send it to them. Until next time. Peace.